Welcome to another episode of the Meal Prep Monday podcast. I'm your host and founder of Prep Dish, Allison Schaaf. In today's episode, I am talking about 3 tips for beating the heat in the kitchen this summer. Before I get into today's episode, I have a quick email to read from Prep Dish subscriber Anne. Anne writes, longtime Prep Dish customer here, and I am loving the new Instacart links. My grocery shopping just went from something I put off to an easy task that I can complete in under 10 minutes. Thank you for continuing to work to help to make my life simpler. My family appreciates all that you do, and we are still loving the food. And thank you so much for sharing. And if you're listening to this and want to try out our time-saving meal prep meal plans, you can head to prepdish.com/mpm. You can try out 14 days for free. You'll have access to gluten-free, paleo, low carb, and just our family-friendly, super fast meal plans. So you'll have lots of options there. Check it out. See if it works for you. Okay, so in today's episode, I wanted to discuss here in Texas, it is still hot. We are just returning from a trip in the Pacific Northwest, but right now in Texas, still hot. So I thought I would share 3 tips for cooling things off in the kitchen. Okay, so the first tip I have is to rely on bowls. I like bowls for a lot of reasons. One, very kid-friendly. So if you have a kid that maybe is a little bit on the pickier side, bowls are nice because you can kind of mix and match and choose what's going into them. They're also good because everything can be prepped in advance and served, you don't have to serve things hot. They can be served cold. Think like a Mediterranean bowl or a Greek bowl with like a tzatziki sauce, a taco bowl. And then it's nice too if you want to serve, some people want to have it on a salad, some people want to have it on rice. I like to use my rice cooker that doesn't heat up the kitchen at all. So I can make rice or quinoa in there. And then, everything else either prepped in advance or kind of be, cold prepped. It's good for using leftover proteins. Yeah, lots of options there. So that's one thing that I rely heavily on in the summer, especially. Number 2 is having a party platter. So we should do this more often. As I was putting this together, I was like, oh man, we have not done that for a while. The kids love this. And they call it that because I always pull out, I have this big round marble platter that spins, almost like a lazy Susan or something, but you can put it on top of the table. And I use it to serve charcuterie boards when we have parties. And so anytime I pull it out, Ivan thinks, oh, we're having a party. So even if it's just us, this is a great way at the end of the week to clear out the fridge. Put on there, chopped veggies, some fruit, cheeses, meats. It doesn't have to be deli meats. It could be leftover, steak or chopped chicken or, whatever you have in the fridge there, maybe some crackers, but just kind of put everything, popcorn, really just look what's in your fridge. If there's things you need to get rid of, just put them all on this party platter. And I'm telling you, my kids, this is like one of their favorite meals. So it's such an easy win and a great way to do a no heat meal. The third idea is a breakfast idea. So I've talked about my breakfast rotation, which includes oatmeal. And in the summer, when I do oatmeal, I lean more heavily on doing soaked oats. I don't even measure. I take a bowl, I put in my oats the night before, soak it in water, and, and then morning I have my soaked oats. You can do dried fruit in there. What I do is I just do the oats, maybe some chia seeds. My kids are always off and on chia seeds. I don't know. It's the one food they like to complain about. So they call them chia seeds. So sometimes I'll do the chia seeds on the side. And then, for breakfast, I'll just pull out a bunch of different toppings, like mix and match some fresh berries, some sliced almonds or other nuts. I always do some yogurt, maybe some honey, some flax seeds, some hemp seeds, kind of just put it all on the table and people can build their own bowls. But yeah, no heat required. So this is a great one for the summer. So I know I said I had 3, but the fourth one, technically not no heat, but throwing it out there. I'm guessing we're into summer, so you're probably already relying on this, but using the grill. This is something we like to do in the summer, especially on the weekends. Brooke jumps out and, throws things on the grill. Very classic and obvious, but I think worth mentioning. Okay, those are my 3 ideas for no heat meals. Hopefully, these help you as we continue on into the last few weeks of summer. And then another quick reminder that if you have not tried out the Prep Dish meal plans, we have a 2-week free trial at prepdish.com/mpm. And keep in mind, those meal plans, we keep them seasonal. So right now we are serving dishes that one require a little less heat, rely more on, those summer veggies, maybe some grilling recipes. So if you've not tried them out, you can try out 14 days. Just go to prepdish.com/mpm. And then one last reminder, if you are a longtime listener of this podcast and have not left a rating and a review, if you could just do that, I would really appreciate it. It helps people to find this podcast. So if you have a few minutes today, if you could just do that, it would mean so much to me. Okay, that's all I have for this week. I will be back again next Monday with another episode.